Alright, welcome back to our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. We left off, we were just given the antidote to wake up the Sultana. We are also waiting on the mana cutter to be finished. It looks like we're going to end up doing the Sultana stuff first, so let's get into it. And then after that, we should be able to go face Nidhogg. Our customary wave. And let's talk to Alphinaud. Awakening in Ul'dah. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. We're just going to teleport. And then we're going to the Royal Promenade. What is that? The Chamber of Rule. Flame General Raban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will. Alright, we should be heading into the Sultana's private chamber.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Ul'dah into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Telegi Adelegi and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alfino, proud member of the Scions.
I mean, I'm just shocked it took him this long to figure out that he needed to disband the Crystal Braves. Alright, but the Sultana's awake. That's good. The Emperor having a new warship. I don't remember much about that. So, I guess we'll all learn about that. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains there is no man alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Yeah, you looked pretty crushed there in the beginning of this expansion. A brave resolution. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. I and Ul'dah too shall flourish once more. General Raban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphinaud. To me, I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go shut down the Crystal Braves before we go anywhere. Commander, you're alive. And Hulk, too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Well, you started into your speech pretty quick. Bah, you'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye, but we was still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you're mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we're all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other and to you. Commander, Alphinaud, our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Minfilia and the others. Aren't those Doman garbs? I don't remember a Doman volunteering for this. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Oh, are you gonna cry, Alphinaud? Pray excuse me, I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty. But as Thaliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. Thaliak, what is god of scholars? And knowledge, I think? Ready to fly. Okay, so that sounds like the mana cutter is going to be ready. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger and the Waking Sands, and Tataru and Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Alright, so I guess we're gonna go check on it. Foundation. And teleport over to the manufactory. Sid, what you got for me, Sid? You are not the person. This person. Hulk, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. I have no idea, man. It just happens. Good at timing, I guess. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Tom Manor. A dragoon by the name of Astinian was looking for you. Oh. Just link Pearl to Astinian and tell him to meet us. Why do I gotta go all the way over there? Then I gotta talk to this guy to get in the house. There you are. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldans then. Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Amaric? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. See, if you would have link pearled me, then we could have talked over link pearl, and I could have just met you outside of Sir Amaric's area. Whatever that's called, Congregation of Our Knights Most Holy or something. Knights Most Heavenly. That was close. Sir Amaric has been eager to speak with you. Pray, proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Mana Cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Astinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiamat, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
I have pricked Master Alphinaud's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphinaud will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. You're not going to hear any complaints from me. Into the Eyrie. And we're also going to get the Mana Cutter as a mount, apparently. Into the Eyrie. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. I assume if I do this with NPCs, Estinian's going to go with us, but I don't know who the other two people are going to be. What am I looking for here? Skysteel manufacturer? Yeah. Oh. Oh, he's over here. Welcome, friend. The cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the Dreadworm awaits. accessible. Alright, do support. Oh, we just get 2 random people. Alright. Cool. It's gotta be one of the only dungeons that doesn't fly through the dungeon. Like the camera doesn't fly through the dungeon. Man, there used to be a lot of like treasure chests in here, and they took them all out, and only left like the necessary ones, like after the bosses and stuff. Come on, we're gonna see if we can.
Your guard is down.
What? I home ganged. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, I home ganged. Should not have been able to die there. footage to see if home gang went off. Oh man, I can't use equilibrium in here. That's what I was trying to do before. Home gang into raw intuition, and then I should have just been able to heal myself.
Your guard is down.
This is inside donuts. Most people don't either just not paying attention, or I guess they don't know what that really does, but a lot of people get hit by that donut. And then the other thing too, people don't. You're supposed to take it to one of these towers, one of these purple towers that's glowing on the outside. And so it attaches so you don't get hit by the lightning bolt, but don't do it. And then if the healer's not paying attention, then they're dying.
Your guard is down.
Alright, I'm pretty sure, yeah, at this point, any gear we pick up from dungeons is going to be better than what we have. Except for the earring. But the earring is a special item that only pre-order people have. And it will be useless before we get to the last expansion. Or I should say, for the last expansion, it will be useless. It's only there to help you level until you catch up with the story. Okay. Home gang is not bad, so I have to do something. I missed.
Know your folly.
You got rid of all the other treasure chests, but you left that one that gives a clear prism. normal party? Sure. NPCs? We'll survive.
Know your folly.
That should hurt. Oh, I missed one. Either we're getting lucky, or it's programmed to drop whatever gear you need for whatever class you're running through this dungeon. Because that's 2 pieces. Yeah, they're accessories, but still.
I will end your struggles!
Know your folly.
Oh man, I had time. One more attack, yeah. That boss has actually changed since, that's the second version of that boss. The first version, back in the day, he would actually spawn like poison clouds and then summon another monster to the field, and you were supposed to not kill that second monster and let it eat the poison clouds. And like let it eat 2 or 3 of them and then kill it. And a lot of people would screw that mechanic up.
Your guard is down. Know your folly.
just got lucky with 2 pieces back to back. Oh my god, 3 pieces. Oh, but it's the earring. We don't need the earring.
Know your quality.
Alright, this should be the stairway to Nidhogg. Looks like it. Sorry, just making sure I didn't miss a chest or anything. Okay. And there he is. Defeat Nidhogg.
Taste my love.
Oh, as soon as I hit my biggest cooldowns. Oh, this has also been changed. So, all of these enemies used to come at you, like, one by one. And Justinian used to sit at the back of the arena and actually summon a shield. To survive what Nidhogg is charging up for. But they've changed this. He probably still does the shield. But there was a bug with that shield. If you got into the shield and then, like, killed your internet connection, it gave you a buff, that shield, and then when you killed your internet connection and logged back in, you would be outside of this dungeon and still have the buff. And it was like game breaking. It was like a 90% damage reduction or something like that. So people used to be able to get it and then go into other content and have like 90% damage reduction the entire fight. Whatever, 30 minutes to an hour or whatever it was. That's a multi. Oh no, it's not. Oh, we didn't get the victory music. I guess we did. It seems late there. We got pants. Oh man, that's horrendous. Alright, well, we beat Nidhogg, but he flew off, so now what are we gonna do?
No worm! This ends here! You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Just want to point out that the shade on that eye is different than the one that we know is Nidhogg's true eye.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Yeah, you notice how those two eyes are
Aye.
red.
The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, it's plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory, only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldreth, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
So a brief look at how the 4 high houses came to be.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history, to the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Is Lady Iceheart still over there? Because after that story, she kind of disappeared. Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy. And this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. And we can now fly in the Turning Mist, so that'll make wherever we're going even easier. The song begins. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. Yeah, she must still be over there. Man, it's probably easier just to teleport. I'm stuck behind a rock. Hey, you sail. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Reisfelger to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learn the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, warrior of light. Yeah, let's hear the whole truth.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one som ankin inkin in ela. Mitan ene. Eskulos misek a. Liz eskan garan. I'm fine. Koluman, Tolos Ineskula. Kas ehihiso, Seklon inaan, Srei snowfall in sif ian.
Kill us where we stand. Unrest in Ishgard. Okay, we don't need any of that. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Racevlugger wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye, Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
So the heretics are attacking.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
So are the Ascians gonna finally go on the offensive to kill us?
Comrades! Sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She has come.
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend! Far from it! At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
Harshaphant, the voice of reason. That was rather too close for comfort, but it would seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You returned to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we could have come back riding Racevalgar. That would have been worse. He who would not be denied. Do we need these pants? $54, $57. Yes, it's more defense. Alright, that, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise alone, and things did not end in bloodshed. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Holt. Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mists together, along with Estinian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Amaric must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Amaric to Fortomp Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Hulk and I shall await you there. Where are we? Oh, like up on the side of this Skysteel manufactory. Well, we were able to avoid some bloodshed. That is not where I wanted to go. Welcome, Master Red. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yep.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father. For I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such, but the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Just openly talking treason in the house. Sounds very dangerous. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. God, we hit level 60. Man, do we have any poetics? No. Oof. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Ill-weather friends. On auto scroll. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphinaud. Not even the assembled might of House Fortemps and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emeric's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphinaud, and I would have you and Hulk reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Hulk, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. So, Amaric, Sir Amaric, what is this? What aether current is this? Either way, we're picking that quest up. We recently held a ceremony to honor the passing of Sir Schuldebane. Bame? Is the T silent in that? Third son of House Hallenhart. But I was surprised to see none of the Rose Knights from Camp Cloudtop in attendance. Not that they should abandon the camp, mind you, but at the very least I expected to see Rentremont or perhaps Lady Lynette in attendance. I'm sure she has her reasons for not attending, but Rentremont is a dear friend of mine, and I know how he cared for Sir Schuldebane. There's a lot of French names, and I do not know how to speak French, so I apologize for my pronunciation of some of this. They worked quite closely together for many years, down to the very end. Which is why I want you to present this to him, the battle standard raised during the ceremony. I am certain he would have attended if he could, and at the very least I should think he would appreciate a memento from the ceremony. If I had to guess, I would assume that's, Sea of Clouds, which isn't even unlocked here. Well, actually, we haven't been back there since we just did those opening quests. Alright, well, we got stuff to do in the city first before we start going around doing that stuff. Alright, the Forgotten Knight. We're gonna go talk to Tataru. There you are. Hulk, Alphanode. Gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tataru. How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibberlant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? Now we gotta tell Tataru the whole story. You're not serious. What was Sir Amaric's thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I have heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. We can only hope that it would make things easier. Oh, she's sitting down. A mongrel. Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Blue blood? Is that like blue collar? Second rate? Is that where he was going with that? Hey, what's that? Speak up. I can't hear as well as I used to. Broom rat. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. I don't think you can fall off here. Dang, I used my sprint. Oh, it's down there. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Don't need any of that. We do need that. Spice of life. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gilberant knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. Back up. 'Cause I don't know where the hell I am. There we go. Alright, so we got the Forgotten Knight. Let's go. 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 Let's go If I remember right, this is the only way to... Unless I want to go... Oh. Unless I want to teleport using that shard. But by the time I load in, this is probably just as fast. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion. Hulk, that's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction, but to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me, agreed? We actually haven't been over to the Jeweled Crozier. I mean, it's really just vendors, but there's some story quests that end up down here. So you're Gibralant's errand boy. Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always. Right, right. Any road, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Well, that was easy enough. I forgot where I was going. Wait, that's not the right way. Man, this city always turns me around. Sniff sniff. Well, you going to hand them over or not? Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices I can make it just like she used to. There are few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people and who knows what stories they'll share. Indiscretions. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Erythia is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, it'd be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? This better be leading me to the mongrel. Wait. No, this is... Oh, it's... Yeah, it's all the way over there. Okay. Yes, I'm Erythia. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, sir? I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. Sigh. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal, I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a hire made it so much, well, I needn't tell you, she was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the Broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Forgotten Night. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and then casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Well, a child apart. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Gerardo. Oh, Geraldo? Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him. No? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Alone's blessings be upon you, sir. Aye, a gift for me. Mulled wine, apparently. This scent, how reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found the time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. I'm starting to believe the mongrel is a woman with black hair. And these stories are about her mother, which would make her also a bastard child. Which I would assume happens a lot in Ishgard. She was a remarkable woman, Hulk. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Bloodlines. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Hulk, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Speak with the broom starveling. Still looking for your mongrel. Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Did you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? Well, I mean, it would have been nice for you to tell me. If I asked nicely. Or since I asked nicely. Have you made any progress, Hulk? Oh yeah, I made a lot of progress. Nobody's talking, though. So our mongrel was born of an Elazin nobleman and a Hyrule maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. Fire and blood. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly. Hulk, I have a premonition this is not going to end well. The picture for the quest tells me we're probably going to get charged with a crime again. As if I remember right, the face in that picture, he's one of the Inquisitors. Could be wrong. It's been a long time since I went through this storyline. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no signs of Tataru. I'd assume it's not up there. Not down there either. We can't get down there. Where was it? Did I pass that destination? I must have. I must have ran right past that one, didn't even see it. Or it wasn't there, I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't there. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. Ah, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Hulk. After them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here? What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Four Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
I would have to assume she's most likely the mongrel. Actually, if you do the Machinist questline, I think you actually meet her before this part. Maybe not. She is in the Machinist class quests, though, or job quests. I know. because I've done them before. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knights, eh? I'd have been a little angry if I'd have jumped off there. Oh, look at this. We got a solo duty. Sync to level 59. Yep, we can go do the last warrior quest for this expansion too.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hell's...
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats. certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
I mean, we already beat up 2 of the Holy Knights. So are we gonna beat up some more? Oh, cock. Oh, I'm standing. That's Did you get out of that so I don't get burns again? He's like right on the edge of melee.
Guide my sword!
Filthy rats!
Okay, so that's 3 of the 12 that we beat up.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
She smiled.
Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Alright, so we're gonna have to go save Amric. That's how this is gonna go down. Let me guess, you're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? No, not really. I kind of figured that one out on my own. Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pureblood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of them are well bred. They none of them are well bred. Hell of a sentence. Hell, some of them, their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Hallenhart. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. A knight's calling. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that, nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course, reckoned it was your beloved Sir Amaric's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavens Ward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavens Ward's scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. Fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Lowborn knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Spread false reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way. The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the High Houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault, the Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Alright, to the vault. I guess we're going to talk to Lucia first. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Amaric and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with Lord Haurchefant and Master Alphinaud. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavens Ward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. Yeah, I would say clear. Off to the vaults. So it doesn't matter which one I go to, they're both. They're both right there. The others are in position, Master Hulk. I will send word once you and your party have entered. Alright. So let's go ahead and queue up for this. Save Sir Emmerich. It's weird seeing the gladiator class symbol as a DPS. So we get Alphanod, Harshafal, and some random NPC. Okay. Let's go. It's called the Vault, but it's more like a huge cathedral. Did I ever put on the gear that I was given? This was the chess piece. The chess piece. at least the first boss. Resources.
Something special.
Adelphel? Didn't we already beat you once?
Release!
Oh god. Stop running away.
Away with you! I shall show you something special. For the House of Levia!
But how? Draw to the inner sanctum. That ring is not for us. Warrior survivability goes way up once you have raw intuition. another chest with a clear prism. Okay. I don't think... Well, that's an earring, so I don't need it either way, but... I don't think that earring was meant for our class. Really pretty courtyard. Oh, I missed it. I didn't get it off. Okay. I didn't hit it in time. That's my fault. Come on, run faster. Sir Grinno the Bull.
I'll cut you to pieces!
For the honor of
I will not yield to you!
I don't know why you would waste a limit break on his first fight.
I have the power!
is on our side. That might be not ours. Okay. Who's this? The Rogue Ninja? Who says so, game? Are we still wearing that? Damn, we got that ring. That was like one of our first pieces of armor we got at the end of A Realm Reborn. We're still wearing that ring. I don't think that'll be ours. No, I would assume the chokers are for healers.
With you. Just no. Come on.
Be done with you! Sickness must be purged! Be done with you! And now the final curtain!
Away with you! Away with you!
This shall be a mercy.
Oh, I got hit by that? Wow.
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you! Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged.
Come on. And we beat you in your transformed state. Impossible. No, we beat you pretty fair and square there, buddy.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Father, please!
For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last. out! Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
What a tragedy. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Fortemps Manor. Yeah, that's going to be an awkward conversation. The others are, please enter, Master Ridge.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
I could not stand there in silence, but when all the others had forsaken us, Lord Horsefont took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. Yeah, he was our only friend for a while there. The sins of antiquity. We must press on with our mission, Tataru. Oh, we must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Night. Let us go and speak with Sir Amaric. Hulk, I worry for his well-being. Yeah. Gotta go see if he's recovered. Yeah, Forgotten Night. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, yes, of course.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment?
Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Master Ridge, Master Alphanad, I, Amaric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he's perpetuated. No more. Life for death, I will have Sir Zephyrn's heart for what he did to Harshfall. Yes, yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavens Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Hulk and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravani and his hostilities. Far from it, we will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. Oh, Stygian. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Hulk, Master Alphanad, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Hulk, I believe we have much to discuss. I mean, there's not, like, that much to discuss. They're essentially primals, all 12 of the Heavens Ward. And you know what? I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. So we got through a lot of story, a lot of exposition. Yeah, there's just so much going on right now. We woke up the Sultana. Again, we found out that all the Heavens Wards are primals, pretty much. Oof, Harshafal is dead, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. So, I just want to say thanks for watching, and we will see y'all next time.